Hey everybody, Paranormal Video Gamer here, and let's start off this video by saying Sony has been lying about their numbers. In this video I'm going to show some screenshots that actually came from Sony's actual own corporation that shows that physical games have actually been more done than digital games, especially in terms of God of War. So you gotta ask yourself, why is Sony doing this? Well, very simple. They can manipulate the price of games completely. They can charge you full price for a game, and yet they don't have to discount it. So essentially, they're going to charge you that $100 for a digital game that if you were to buy a physical game in, let's say, the next couple months, that goes on sale, that you can get at GameStop, at a retailer, maybe even a local video game store. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to buy a used copy. They want you to buy a copy from them at the fullest price that they can get. And then eventually when people stop buying that digital game, they are going to drop the price down a little bit to make it seem like you're getting a good value. Now, I have physical games. I'm going to show this real quick. I have physical games. I've got a whole bunch of Switch games. I've got a bunch of PlayStation games, as you can see right here. I love being able to collect, and if you think that I have a very small physical collection, behind me in this little cabinet here, I have a ton of physical games. I even have games from when I was young on PS1, PS2, and PS3, which I still own two, mind you, two PS3s. I have two PS2s, and I have two PS1s, and I have two PS4s. So it's not like I don't collect physical games or physical systems. I am a collector. I love doing that. I've been doing that ever since I was 5 years old, when my dad brought home my very first system, which I still wish I still had to this day. It was called ColecoVision. My dad brought it home. Somebody he worked with, I guess, had a kid that didn't like the system, and his dad spent a lot of money on it, and he wanted to recuperate some of the money that he got put into it. So he offered it to my dad, knowing that, you know, I love technology and I love TV. And my dad says, yeah, I'll give you so much for it. I don't know how much my dad paid. He said it was $100, but I can't ask him because unfortunately he died. But he bought the system, brought it home for me, and that's when I went on this crazy journey that we call video game. And I'm so appreciative to Ralph Baer, who is the father of video games. I know a lot of people be like, no, it's the Pac-Man dude or the Pong dude. No, it's not. It's Ralph Baer. He's the dude that literally created video games by complete accident, according to his memoirs and things like that. He wasn't even trying to create video games. What he was trying to do is he was trying to create a program to help repair TVs and some other things, and it ended up becoming a video game. So I'm so appreciative of that, and that's why I've been a video gamer the majority of my life. I'm 46 years old, so for 41 years I've been playing video games. For 41 years I've been collecting. And when I die, which I know one day is going to happen, we all are going to die, that is the natural progression of life. What happens to my collection? Well, in my particular opinion, I think my collection should go to my nephew, who is an awesome freaking kid. His name's Steven. I'm hoping the majority of my collection goes to him because he will understand and appreciate all of the stuff that I've gotten, everything that I paid for, all the money I've sank into everything, and I know he's going to really love as much as I've loved video gaming. And I'm still going to collect. I'm still going to, you know, go and get physical copies of things. Like I said, I just picked these two up a couple days ago for 15 bucks each. So these are brand new, like literally. Well, this one isn't brand new anymore because I actually played it, but I haven't played this one yet. And I am a physical person. I love being able to hold on to my game case and see that there's actually a disc in the case, okay? I love being able to do that because I can go to a friend's house and say, hey, you want to play that game? You don't need to be online. Here, go ahead, play it. That's what I love about physical games. You can't do that with digital. Yes, you can do share play on PS5, but here's the thing. You only get an hour. So you only get an hour to play, then you have to reset everything. It's annoying as hell, especially when you and your friend are trying to play a game and you've got to redo the whole thing. You got to pause the game, then go back, do another hour. What happens in the future when that's not an option, where you can't share your game with your friends because they only give you an hour again, or maybe 30 minutes, or maybe even 20 minutes. You get 20 minutes to let your friend play your game, or play a game with you, and then they expect them to pay. What happens if the servers go offline? Like what happened with PlayStation, as I said in my previous video, where the whole internet goes completely kaput. PlayStation Network goes down, and there's no recourse. They can't get it back up. You can't download your games. You can't download Grand Theft Auto. You paid for Grand Theft Auto. You put your money into a digital game that you cannot download. What happens then? Simple. You can't play it, and at any point in time, my biggest fear is one of these days I'm going to wake up and Sony is going to say, because a license expired on a certain game, or because the studio, we closed down, you no longer have access to that game, and that game has been removed from your library. It has happened with Anthem. Anthem has closed down. You can't even play the game. There are a lot of games that have suddenly closed down. Babylon Fall, as you guys know, was a game that's sold at full price, $60, and you can't play it ever because they shut the servers down, and that's it. Same thing was going on with Dune. Dune, $60 game, online only. Now, I recently heard they changed it to where now you have an offline mode. Thank God, because if they had not done that, I would not be getting a copy of that game. But it begs the question, what happens in the future? And that's the scary thing. I don't know. I'm just taking guesses. I'm just taking an idea of what may happen. And if this happens, where we don't have a future of actually owning our games, actually going to the store, going and getting a physical copy, what happens when people just get tired and say, okay, well, I got the game digitally, and then corporation comes along and says, well, you got the game, you played it, you enjoyed it, we're taking it back. I don't like that. As a gamer, I don't like that they could take it away from you. I mean, evidence. Sony just eliminated 500 plus movies off of people's accounts because the license agreement expired. Okay? So they removed those movies even though they paid for them, and they have not issued refunds yet. That's the crazy thing. They took these people's movies who paid for these movies to be able to watch whenever they want. They didn't rent them, they paid for them. And they're gone. They're going to be gone. I think some of them are still around. I think they said there was like 200 movies that you could still watch up until a certain date, and then after that, they're gone. But those other remaining movies, they've been deleted off of their freaking accounts, and they can't watch them. They can't pull them up. So here's the screenshots that I'm talking about. I'm going to leave them up on the screen for you guys to see. But the numbers don't lie. About 50% of all sales, with some exceptions to certain games, about 50% is physical. Sony lies, and has been lying, about the market going to digital games. Because it's not digital. It's not all digital. The numbers do not lie. The numbers show that Sony has sold a lot of physical along with digital. Again, about 50-50. So it's close to 50%. Not exact. Some areas are 46%, some are 42%. Other ones, though, like God of War Ragnarok, sold something like 77%, 76% of physical, not digital. That's why they want you to be happy about not owning your games. Because they could set the market. They could say, hey, you're paying $60 for this game. Something we put out 2 years ago. No discount. You just give us $80. That's what I don't like. They're charging you for the exact same game that is not physical, that you don't get anything with it, for something that may disappear overnight. And unfortunately, that's the goddamn truth. I'm Paranormal Video Gamer. Here's the screenshots. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Appreciate it. And don't forget to like and sub. That's very important.